rAVe Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves with Gary K.
Hey everyone, this is Gary K, and welcome back to a pre-ISE edition of my Rants and Raves videocast. In just a few days, we're all going to be at ISE for the first time in Barcelona, and for the first time, our guest and his company, William Golde, who's the director of channel development for PTZOptics and HuddleCamHD. We'll talk about the difference in just a second. They're going to be making their EMEA debut. William, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
I know that companies have actually purchased your stuff from Europe, but it's been difficult to do so because they've had to kind of go back through the US and other channels. But now you've got a direct distributor relationship with Midwich, and you're going to open up the European market and focus on it directly. In fact, you're going to have your own stand at in 5S200 will be your stand at ISE. Congratulations on the expansion.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this will be the first time we're actually having our own booth. So in the past, we've distributed with the likes of Stampede when they were still Stampede. We've always worked with Mobile Video Devices Europe as well, out of Amsterdam. Those value add distribution partners, and it has been a little bit of a kind of a long time coming for us to expand in a greater fashion into Europe. So yeah, we're really excited with our partnership with Midwich that we're announcing this ISE. We're still working with North Amber out of the UK. So yeah, just adding newer and better players and bigger players, I should say, to the fold, while still maintaining that great little distribution core that we've had in the past.
So you've got two brands, PTZOptics and HuddleCam. I want, to me, the way I've looked at it is PTZOptics dominates the house of worship market and also large venue market, when you're putting them on university campuses and things like that. And I've always looked at HuddleCam as the brand for UC applications. HuddleCamHD. Do I have that right, or are you kind of dividing them a different way?
Yeah, absolutely. No. So HuddleCamHD actually came before PTZOptics. So the backstory of the whole company, Haverford Systems is our parent company. They've been around 35 years in the pro-AV space. They're an integrator installer here in the Philadelphia area. Basically, from that business, we built HuddleCamHD because we couldn't find the products that we wanted for our customers back then. It was kind of a small webcam offering or very expensive PTZ offering. So we built HuddleCamHD to service that video conferencing space. And then once things like YouTube, Facebook Live became a thing, and the advent of technologies like NDI and broadcast and live streaming, we built PTZOptics to service those verticals as well. So yeah, anything live streaming, house of worship, lecture capture, small JUCO sports, stuff like that. PTZOptics is very dominant in those spaces. And then HuddleCam really operates in that smaller huddle room, Zoom room space that people are getting back to now, especially with the pandemic forcing us into these virtual communication spaces.
Yeah, and HuddleCamHD's got a great line of USB cameras, while PTZOptics is more focused on network NDI cameras, but there's some crossover there. Yeah, and like I said, they'll both make their sort of European re-debut because they'll have a whole channel strategy, thanks to you, William, in place, Director of Channel Management, William Golde. Now you'll be in booth 5S200. Can we expect some new products?
Yeah, so we're actually launching our SimpleTrack Lite to the European market. That is on the HuddleCam side of the world. So it's I don't want to say dumbed down, but it's a stripped down version of our SimpleTrack 2 product. So it is a plug and play auto tracking solution. It does come native with the NDI HX protocol on there. Okay. And as you said, the world of VC and live streaming, it's kind of blurring a little bit. NDI you can use as a virtual webcam now. So I can even use NDI and Zoom and Teams and GoToMeeting, everything else. So it was funny, 7-8 years ago, these brands were very much separate, but now they're kind of blurring the gray area between. So, we do have that SimpleTrack Lite that has the NDI protocol on it. It's got auto tracking right out of the box. It's plug and play. You can use USB, HDMI, or SDI even as well. So we're really excited about that product. It actually comes in at around a $1,500 price point. So it's half the price of our current SimpleTrack 2 offering with none of the real bells and whistles in terms of advanced functionality, but it has everything you need to set up an auto tracking environment for lecture capture, house of worship. Even if you're in a corporate boardroom and you have a presenter, it's very functional in those spaces. So we'll have that on display at our booth, which we're really excited about.
Well, congratulations. I think that's cool. And you're right about NDI. It's really kind of changed the way we look at putting devices on the network and the control of those devices specifically. Again, stand 5S200. William, I appreciate you joining me today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for having me, guys, and we'll see you out at the show.
Yeah, we will see you at ISE. We're going to actually go to their stand and we're going to shoot videos on all these products we just talked about and everything else they have there. If you want to see all of our ISE coverage, go to ravepubs.com/ISE 2022. Thanks for joining us and check out all of our coverage.
Cheers.
rAVe Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves with Gary.